Hi. So if you're watching this probably means that my first poem from my chapbook Zodiac Confessionals, titled Mercury Was in Retrograde, is either almost out or it is out and you're watching it because you want to find out the writing process, which I totally implore you to do. And so this was the first piece I wrote for Zodiac Confessionals, and it wasn't intentional. I had written this during a poetry workshop, which I don't condone doing. Don't actually be writing during a workshop. You're supposed to be critiquing other people's work there and, giving them feedback. But this idea just hit me in the head, and I needed to get it down, because that's what you do when you get an idea, no matter where you are. But still, don't be writing during workshops. That's your lesson from me. So I had written this piece about, a person who mistreats another person. And after a while, karma catches up. And this someone happens to watch it all come together. And Mercury just so happens to be in retrograde when it happened. I'm an astrology nerd, and I know from various sources that when Mercury's in retrograde, it's a very chaotic time. And 2023 retrogrades have been very chaotic towards me. So, yeah, I'm digressing. So I actually put this piece up for workshop not long after I had written it, because I was just, really proud of it, and I wanted some critique on it, because even if I was, never going to release it, I still wanted that feedback for future work, because you're always growing as a writer. If you don't use the feedback for one work, you can always use it for another. So a lot of people loved my lines and stuff, but I put a lot. You either will read it or you have read. There's a lot of zodiac imagery in there. I mean, it was originally called Capricorn, which is a zodiac sign. Mercury was in retrograde as an astrology thing. And one of the people in the workshop was like, you could make a chapbook about this. Because in that class, we were going to be making chapbooks at the end of the semester. At the end of the semester, we were going to have a full-blown chapbook, and we could do whatever we wanted with it. And so I was like, okay, sure, I'll think about it. And someone else later said, pretty much this really would work as a zodiac chapbook. So I took it as a sign to go for it. And I ended up making Zodiac Confessionals. I ended up dropping, because the title history was it was just called Capricorn in the drafts. And then I tacked on Mercury Was in Retrograde in parentheses during the workshop. And then I decided, if this is going to be a thing, I didn't want it to be sign, actual title in parentheses. So each sign has their sign, but also the title is the actual title of the poem. So Capricorn is Mercury in retrograde. The title is not Capricorn, Mercury Was in retrograde. It's just Mercury Was in retrograde. So yeah, that's pretty much how Zodiac Confessionals came to be, and also how Mercury Was in retrograde was gonna be. When I had originally written it, it was kind of in the third person. And I also got feedback to make that first person, and I was mouthing it in front of them, and I was like, oh no, I'm not mocking you, I'm not I meant that I was reading it in first person, and I really liked it. And I really hope that you like it. Yeah, so that is a little history of Mercury Was in retrograde. I will be back for other Zodiac Confessional pieces in the near future, but for now, I will see you around.